All right, so we also want to discuss the wonderful pastimes of Gopal Bhatt Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, very important Goswami. So, this Sanatan, Rupa, Raghunath, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt and Jiva Goswami, Jiva Goswami being the youngest. Over 500 years ago, Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he traveled all over Bharat, preaching the holy names of Krishna. So he came to the south of India, Bharat, in 1511, at the beginning of the rainy season. There he visited the Ranganath temple in Srirangam, and the head priest, Venkat Bhatt Goswami, who is the father of Gopal Bhatt, invited Mahaprabhu to stay with him for the 4 months of the rainy season, because that's the tradition. You wouldn't travel during the rainy season, it's too wet. The reason for the Lord coming to South Bharat, to Srirangam, was that he actually was looking for his pure devotee, Gopal Bhatt, who took birth in 1503. So he was about 80 years old when Mahaprabhu came, and he passed away in 1578, so 75 years old, the son of Venkat Bhatt Goswami. Gopal Bhatt then served Mahaprabhu daily and began to understand and dive into the depths of Mahaprabhu's teachings on Radha and Krishna Prem. Venkat Bhatt worshipped Lakshmi Narayan and saw no difference between Narayan and Krishna. However, Mahaprabhu explained the philosophy of Raganuga Bhakti. Mahaprabhu explained that Narayan, the opulent form of Krishna, only has 60 characteristics compared to Krishna, who has 64. So this is the analytical comparison. Like Brahma has 50, Shiva has 55, Vishnu or Narayan has 60, and then Krishna has 64 qualities. So 4 qualities distinguish him from Narayan. Narayan himself also meditates upon Krishna with the wish to enter the Ras dance. Similarly, Goddess Lakshmi also meditates on Krishna with the desire to enter the Ras dance. And in Vrindavan, Krishna plays the game of love with the residents of Vrindavan. Now, the son of Venkat Bhatt, that's Gopal Bhatt, had already realized Mahaprabhu was none other than Krishna before his father had. He was only 8, but he was a smart 8-year-old. Mahaprabhu revealed himself as Krishna also to Venkat Bhatt. And he told Venkat Bhatt that Gopal Bhatt is not an ordinary human. He's an incarnation of a gopi named Gunamanjari. And this is according to Kavi Karnapurna, he says Ananga Manjari. Okay. And a personal associate of Radha and Krishna. Mahaprabhu initiated Gopal Bhatt and instructed him to go in due course of time and live in Vrindavan. So there was quite an interesting dialogue between Mahaprabhu and Venkat Bhatt, where he questioned, why does Lakshmi become attracted to Krishna? And Venkat Bhatt said, well, it's natural because Krishna and Vishnu are the same, one and the same person. And then Mahaprabhu said, well, in that case, how come she was not allowed into the Ras Leela or pastimes of Krishna? And for that, Venkat Bhatt had no answer. And then Mahaprabhu answered him. Yeah, she had to do tapasya. Her mood was that of awe and reverence, and that mood does not work in Brajalila. Therefore, she was not allowed to enter. And even today, she's meditating on those pastimes of Krishna. It's showing the superiority of Krishna compared to Vishnu. He was given the instruction, Gopal Bhatt, to preach the philosophy of devotion with Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, also to rediscover the sacred places where Radha and Krishna performed their pastimes. So after his parents died, he went to Vrindavan. He literally ran, crying, dancing, chanting, and fully focused Radha and Krishna. and the holy hand of Vrindavan. Sometimes he would become unconscious for hours while meditating, and his journey was made more difficult by some of these challenges. One day, Gopal Bhatt met a Brahmin boy who helped him travel, guided him on the right route, cooked and cared for Gopal Bhatt. So Gopal Bhatt spent his time living in Vrindavan, doing kirtan, giving kathas, writing. He chose to live at a place where Radharani experienced separation from Krishna when he disappeared from the Ras Leela one time. Mahaprabhu departed from this world, and in separation from Mahaprabhu, Gopal Bhatt, Rupa Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami fainted. They saw a vision of Mahaprabhu where he told Sanatana and Rupa to worship Govind Devji and Madan Mohan, and Madhu Pandit to worship Gopinath. These are the three principal deities in Vrindavan. We'll have darshan in a minute. In fact, let's do it now. Oh, where'd they go? Sure, I have them somewhere here. Ah, okay, there you go. There's Govindji. This is the deity of Rupa Goswami. There's Gopinath, Madhu Pandit worshipped. And there's Madan Mohan, who is worshipped by Sanatana Goswami. These are truly glorious deities. And they're actually, unfortunately, original forms are elsewhere in Jaipur. But even then, they're considered as good as the original. Mahaprabhu told Gopal Bhatt to preach and to go to the Gandaki river, where he will find Shaligram Silas. So this was in a dream. So he did that. He went to Gandaki river in Nepal. And the first of the 12 Shilas that he got, that came up into his hand, would be Damodar Shila. And Mahaprabhu said that he would always reside in this Shila. So he went to Gandaki river, and en route he met Gopinath, a young boy, who Gopal Bhatt later initiated, realizing that he's a pure devotee. And Gopinath continued the tradition of worship, which is present today in Radha Madan Mohan temple. No, Radha Raman temple. At the Gandaki river, Gopal Bhatt Goswami finds the Damodar Shila, which Mahaprabhu had mentioned, along with the other 11. So where is this place? Nepal. Vishnu became the Alphona Mountain, and the stones falling from the mountain would fall into the Gandaki at Muktinath. These stones are directly Vishnu, known as Shaligram Shila. The markings are made by worms over time, and the Shilas are identified accordingly. So this is quite an interesting place full of, this is Nepal, and this is the Gandaki river there. And the mountain is there. This is the mountain, the river passing through the mountain, Gandaki. And this is an idea of Shaligram. We were very fortunate to worship Krishna Balaram. Gopal Bhatt Goswami returned to Vrindavan and began his worshipping the Shilas. At one point, he actually took him back to Nepal, thinking that he's not qualified. But then they came back into his hands, and he realized that yes, he is meant to worship them. Rupa Goswami was serving Govindji, Sanatana was worshipping Madan Mohan, and Madhu Pandit was worshipping Gopinath. And these are all deities with, hands and legs, and they could be decorated with crown, dresses. Gopal Bhatt Goswami, he used to dress the deities and adore the face of Govindji, the chest of Gopinath, and the feet of Madan Mohan. So he himself desired a deity with all these features in one form. And one morning on Nrsimha Jayanti, Gopal Bhatt was gifted many clothes and ornaments for his deity worship. And this, of course, increased his desire to have a deity with a form so he can dress them and decorate them. And he would lament that How is it that I've been denied this service? And he began crying to the Lord, saying, on Nrsimha Jayanti, you appeared from a pillar in the form of Nrsimha for Prahlad Maharaj. But for me, my desire, you have not fulfilled. I'm unable to have a deity of my own in full form to worship and dress and adorn as I desire. So he fell asleep in this mood, but he was reassured by Krishna in a dream that his desires would be fulfilled. The next morning, Gopal Bhatt woke up to find only 11 of the 12 Shilas when he went to do his morning puja. Then he realized that Damodar Shila had taken the form, the beautiful form of Lord Krishna. The deity had the face of Govindji, broad chest of Gopinath, and the soft lotus feet of Madan Mohan. The deity manifested from the love of Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And the place Gopal Bhatt Goswami chose for his bhajan was this very spot where Krishna disappeared from the Ras Leela. And Radharani had experienced deep pangs of separation. And this is the exact place where the deity self-manifested from the Damodar Shila. And therefore, the deity is called Radha Raman. There you go. And this is there you go. This is the beautiful Radha Raman deity. The original deity is still there in Vrindavan. He's considered little small, so the Mughals didn't attack. Even if they had, they wouldn't have had much chance with Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Raman rather. Lord Chaitanya too wanted to remain in a manifest form after his departure from the world. He had explained that he would remain present in the Damodar Shila. So devotees take advantage of Krishna and Gaur in one form in Radharamanji. This is really the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is quite interesting. This picture is very old. And you can see here the markings of a rope around the belly. And that is the pastime of Radha Damodar. Damodar. So very appropriately named. If there's anybody who doesn't believe in God, they should have a good look at this glorious deity. Because how is it possible that this Shaligram can manifest in one shape like this as Krishna and have the markings which identify him as Damodar? Truly amazing. So Radharamanji is truly bound by love. When Radharamanji manifested from the Damodar Shila, the original markings of the Shila appeared under his waist. In the same place he would have been bound by the rope in Damodar Leela. Radharamanji is Radha and Krishna combined. The temple still, however, worships the holy name of Radha next to Radharamanji's deity. So if we look, can we see it here? Yeah. There's a seat, there's the name of Radha is placed and worshipped. Gopal Bhatt asked the brother of his first disciple, Gopinath, his name was Damodar, to get married and continue the lineage of the Goswamis who worship at the temple. So they all come from Damodar. He was initiated by Gopal Bhatt and given the name Damodar Das Goswami. Gopal Bhatt Goswami ki jai. So that's the pastime of Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Very amazing devotee. Such a highly advanced soul. And thanks to him, we have Radharaman. So whenever we go and see Radharaman, we take the darshan of Radha Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we take the darshan of the love of this incredible Goswami. Any questions, any comments?
Haribol, I just wanted to know, is there any significance of Radharamanji's eyes, the way they are shaped, as in, or is it just the way they come out?
These are external to him, the eyes.
Okay.
So I think it's the way they isn't it? It's
Mm.
Yeah.
true. Yeah. It's just the way they have them. Yeah. Let's have a
I
look.
just wonder if there was any significance the way they sort of points out.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there is. Yeah, there must be. Yeah, there must be.
Okay, and my second request is, can you please show the Sat Goswami so I can take a snapshot, please?
I can send it to you if you want,
Okay,
or on the WhatsApp. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be good. Thank you.
Good. Okay, just doing it now. So anything else? Anybody else? Any comments or questions? Come on. Okay, so we can stop there. And I've just sent it to you.
Thank you very much.
Gopal Bhatt Goswami